The way to Petra is a complete desert, beautiful nature, reaching one of the seven wonders of the world with my son and my very sweet friends from Greek and Spain. Walking along the ancient main entrance leading to the city. The city of Petra, capital of the Nabatean Arabs, is one of the most famous archaeological sites in the world. It is located 240 kilometers south of the capital Amman and 120 kilometers north of the Red Sea town of Aqaba. Petra, the world wonder, is undoubtedly Jordan's most valuable treasure and greatest tourist attraction, and it is visited by tourists from all around the world. Petra is also known as the Rose Red City, a name it gets from the wonderful color of the rock from which many of the city structures were carved. Petra was later annexed to the Roman Empire and continued to thrive until a large earthquake in 363 AD destroyed much of the city in the 4th century AD. The earthquake, combined with changes in trade routes, eventually led to the downfall of the city, which was unlimitedly abundant. By the middle of the 7th century, Petra appears to have been largely deserted, and it was then lost to all except local Bedouin from the area. In 1812, a Swiss explorer named Johns set out to rediscover Petra. He dressed up as an Arab and convinced his Bedouin guide to take him to the lost city. After this, Petra became increasingly known in the West as a fascinating and beautiful ancient city, and it began attracting visitors and continues to do so today. The Nabateans buried their dead in intricate tombs that were cut out of the mountainsides, and the city also had temples, a theater, and following the Roman annexation and later the Byzantine influence, a colonnaded street and churches. In addition to the magnificent remains of the Nabatean city, human settlement and land use for over 10,000 years can be traced in Petra, where great natural, cultural, archaeological, and geological features merge. The treasury. The Sikh opens up onto Petra's most magnificent facade, the treasury, or as they call it, Al-Khazna. It is almost 40 meters high. The Street of Facades. It is a name given to the raw of monumental Nabatean tombs carved in the southern cliff. The urn tomb, the court. This derived its name from the jar that crowns the pediment. High up in the facade, there are 3 niches which give onto small burial chambers, but which was adapted in 446 AD to serve as a Byzantine church. And much, much more when you visit our beautiful Petra.